You know? There is something mildly perverse in a way that I'm relieved to talk about Activision Blizzard again. With Amazon's The Rings of Power on one side, and that rather energetic kerfuffle in Ukraine on the other, just talking about how Activision's Blizzard's own shareholders in suing the company. I don't know, it's somewhat soothing in a way. It's familiar, you know? Bobby Kotick is in even deeper shit. Oh, it reminds me of a gentler time, really. But anywho, what's going on here? Well, Activision Blizzard's very own shareholders is suing the company to stop or modify the sale to Microsoft because they are arguing that it is not in the company's best interest. And to be fair, I can see the argument for that because I do theorize that the sudden sale of Activision Blizzard to Microsoft has less to do with what is in the best interest of the company and more to do with what is currently in the best interest of Bobby Kotick, who is eyeing that golden parachute with ever wetter and wider eyes. So, Activision Blizzard shareholder filed a lawsuit against the game publisher and its board of directors over alleged Security Exchange Act violations, that is the SEC, and those are the people that he are asking to come in to have a look at it, in its proposed plan for its sale to Microsoft. The lawsuit, filed by shareholder Kyle Watson, was filed in California on Thursday. Watson lawyers called Activision Blizzard's plan for the sale outlined in a recent SEC Exchange Commission proposal unfair for a number of reasons, one of which lawyers said is that the board is looking to procure for themselves and CD management significant and immediate benefits. Again, we look back at Bobby Kotick and his very large parachute as he is leaving a company that he has, well, I wouldn't say driven into the ground, considering he was the one that absolutely catapulted Activision Blizzard's value into the now billions of dollars class, but he has certainly brought a sense of, drama to proceedings, shall we say. And there are many that want Bobby Kotick gone before any of this goes through, but I am about 98% sure that Kotick and whatever allies he has at Activision Blizzard have probably pulled this off already, as quite recently as well, they won a pretty major lawsuit against the state of California. It was arguing that Activision Blizzard's settlement with the EEOC, the federal bureau that was suing them, should be dismissed. California was saying that no, you shouldn't be able to settle because you are in an ongoing legal dispute with us, and us being able to access the EEOC and, intertwine our investigations into theirs and so on will bring us great benefits, and if you settle, it might endanger our case. It was a thin objection at the time, at the very best, to put it mildly, and that has since been, proven to be true, as the courts have rejected this, and the EEOC will be allowed to settle with Blizzard. You might remember that is the settlement where they agreed to take on a series of diversity commissars to make sure that they have adequate representations both in genders and skin color, as befits a modern-day corporation in the progressive state. I keep getting the two mixed up, it's weird. Anywho, racism aside once more, this is, it's trying to get it restored. So this is the main purpose of this lawsuit, right? It is that the, rescissory? This is not a word I'm familiar with. Out of all the words in the English language, this is the one I've used the least, I'm pretty sure. But basically, it means that the person launching the suit here is claiming that due to the act of Bobby Kotick and the staff members and the other shareholders, the board of directors, etc., the price of Activision Blizzard has substantially dropped. And it has, unquestionably, and so he wants to see that value restored to the point preceding to aforementioned F-ups, so that Microsoft will have to buy them at a premium, because otherwise it might seem a little bit like certain elements of the company are running away with all of the profits after being in cahoots with Microsoft. What a strange theory. not at all, really. I've seen some people float this conspiracy theory, and I gotta say, it's got a little bit of merit. You've got Microsoft being all like, oh, you know, Activision Blizzard, very bad and all, but we shouldn't condemn them. Wasn't it the CEO of Xbox who said that he wouldn't wish to pass moral judgment on Activision Blizzard because that was totally not their place? I see. And you're in business negotiations to purchase this company you refuse to pass moral judgment on. Yeah, I can see a little bit of a suspicious thread running through a great deal of this. Now, I will say, though, I doubt this lawsuit will really bear any fruit, because they're currently buying the Activision Blizzard stock at, yes, $95 per share, which is just about as good as they were before the entire debacle. If anything, I'm kind of amazed at Activision Blizzard's ability to negotiate such a high price for a company that might very well be at a fire sale during any other acquisition, raising yet further red flags that this might be a deal that was negotiated a very, very long time ago. The conspiracy train is getting more and more tempting, isn't it? Yet, nevertheless, Activision Blizzard getting sued by the federal government, although that is currently being settled, getting sued by state government, and now being sued by their own shareholders. It really is genuinely quite remarkable, isn't it? And then, of course, on top of all of that, getting purchased by Microsoft, which I still think is going to be an absolute disaster, mind you. Though there was a recent rumor suggesting that Microsoft was in very, very, very early, and again I stress rumor, talks with Obsidian to create Fallout New Vegas 2. See, I'm kind of getting that feeling, like, what if they announced the next Star Wars trilogy? And part of my brain is like, just even thinking about it is like, yay! Whilst the other part of my brain immediately leaps in and goes, hold on a second. This seems familiar. Are we sure this is good news? No, we're not. Honestly, Fallout New Vegas was... It was this weird confluence of a series of events, a series of people, a series of circumstances, a series of time constraints as well, that all coalesced into this weirdly flawed yet also deeply rich game with a very vivid personality. Like, the more and more I think about it, I remember that a lot of my favorite games ever were also games with a lot of big problems, and if anything, the flaws only enhanced the rest of the game. It made it feel somewhat more alive. You know, it kind of... Imagine the whole Matrix thing, right? Where they're talking about how they made a perfect world for humanity, nobody died, nobody had to suffer, blah, 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 and humanity rebelled against it. Maybe it is possible for something to be too perfect. I feel like I'm waffling philosophically here, but regardless, the point is, Fallout New Vegas was a miracle created at the time, and I very much so doubt that simply labeling another box with Fallout New Vegas 2 is somehow going to recreate that magical miracle. If anything, I suspect we would simply get a woke remake that would be far worse than the original, would remove all of the charm, hammer out all of the flaws, and give us this shiny, plasticky, dead, knockoff, soulless thing that just kind of sits there on your PC, because you'll know you buy it. Hell, I probably would, to be fair, though Fallout 4 burned me to the point where I might actually not, but I can see it too. Microsoft might very well launch just a massive PR appeal, essentially, where they're going like, okay, we gave you Age of Empires, and that wasn't bad, was it? It wasn't at all. Age of Empires 4 is a perfectly functional Age of Empires game, even pretty good by Age of Empires standards, and they've remastered tons of games. Microsoft has a very high star right now in a lot of gaming communities, to the point where I almost feel like a bit like the outcast here, who's painting Satan on the wall of the church going, he's coming real soon, you just gotta wait and see. Maybe I am really getting paranoid. We'll have to wait and see, I guess, unironically. Anywho, until next time, I've been Arch, thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. Till then, have a good day.